Welcome back to the grind. Today we're going to talk about base building and the fortification event. We're going to talk about them in one video because I believe in the game, especially as a free-to-play player, they should be linked as one kind of focus in the game. Because one, fortification event, you get points for building up your base, and two, you should always be building your base smart, and essentially you should always be building during the fortification event. You can be building all the time, but you focus your main building and using speed ups during the event. So just a brief overview of the fortification event, if it ever loads. You get points for spending resources to upgrade buildings. So you get 1 point for every 10 lumber spent, 10 food spent, and you get 20 points for every special shard resource like that you spend. And basically that's what the fortification event is. Not much to it. So we're going to talk about how to build smart, and essentially that means building during the fortification event so you can maximize your resources and get rewards for it. As you can see, I'm going for the 2.4 million milestone again. I did that last round as well. I may or may not go for the 3 mil this time if I have enough resources. We'll see how that goes. So how to build smart. Essentially when you start the game, you want to stay with the first two islands. You'll have your farms and mills probably on the front island here. And then you'll want to build a red mage, a blue mage, an archer tower, and a cannon tower, and a storm tower. And you'll essentially have it set up like this island, except the dark flak would be your archer tower, for example, and the fire flak would be your cannon tower. Once you get to the point where you can start building dark flaks, if you can afford it with elemental embers, then you'll want to expand over to this island, and you may have heard the term kill island. What that means is it's your island that you focus most of your resources on so that it's the strongest part of your base to do damage. So you always want those to be maxed out as much as possible. So once you move on to this island, one of the three main towers you want is your blue mage, your red mage, and your dark flak. Depending on what you want to do, the rest of them are kind of optional. I really like Storm Tower because the shield gives a huge advantage and gives you time to do damage, to stun, to heal. And then I went for the Fire Flak as my second flak, which, by the way, if you're free to play, make sure you have enough embers to keep them both maxed. You don't want to fall behind and have a weak kill island. I went with Fire Flak because it causes when you use the super shot, the dragon will do less damage to your towers, so they'll survive longer. And that was the main thing that I liked about the Fire Flak. So as you can see, all my towers are level 35 on the island here, which are maxed for my current level. My defense power is now just about 32 million. That's with the base boost. I've almost maxed out the base boost as well. And then once you're maxed out here, you start upgrading your towers. Make sure you keep all your farms and mills upgraded to max as well, because the worst part of a base when you're attacking above your level range is when you can't clear the farms. And you want to have that kind of hard stop on them, especially for wars. So how to build smart, keep it short, don't expand out here. I mean, I put a couple mage towers just to extend it, and if they're not paying attention or they don't have a dragon who can dodge mage shot, I just put one on there if they don't kill it right away. But I focus on these 5 towers here. Keep them maxed for the level, and also your farms and mills, make sure you keep those maxed. So tip number 1, focus on 5 strong towers on your kill island, which kind of goes along with tip number 2, keep it short, don't expand, just focus on those 5, and then if you're not at the next level to upgrade them, you got to upgrade other ones. pick your strongest ones and keep them as high as you can. Number 3, keep your farms and mills maxed, because that adds a significant defense to your base. And then don't fall behind on your main island, because you'll find yourself unable to breed. Higher if your dragon's den isn't leveled up, which by the way is great during the fortification event, because I can't level it up now, but it only takes seconds, so you get to use a good amount of resources and you don't need to use any speed ups. You want to keep your incubator up so you can keep breeding or incubating dragons, and obviously you need your storage tower leveled up as well. Keep it maxed so that you can hold enough resources to level the higher level towers. And so during fortification event is when you want to do all these things. Level up your towers using speed ups to score high points, and then once the event's over or you've hit your goal, pick a tower that you're going to let sit leveling. I usually will like to end with one on my main base, because then I have all my towers for defense still available. If I left it on this one, then I would have no red mage protecting my farms and mills. So I prefer to do one of these. So I've planned and try to plan ahead. I usually pick a target level that I want to go to, or at least a target milestone. For me this time it was 126, because next breeding I'm going to start Sapphire, and I would like to be 126 so I can start incubating Sapphire eggs as well, and I don't want to get stuck before the next fortification event with those other things. So I've passed that already, because after leveling up my builder hut, I had a lot of levels extra I could do on all of my farms and mills. So I got a lot of points out of that. I wanted to keep going so I could have a stronger kill island as well. And my plan was to finish off with my incubator, leveling up my incubator. So before the event's over, I'll finish incubating this egg and then start upgrading my incubator. So have a plan, have a bit of an idea of what you're going to do. Focus all your speed ups and efforts into the event. When it's fortification events, you maximize the use of that and get points for it. And then otherwise just upgrade over time, let things build. And please keep your base short. Don't overexpand it. Keep all your tiles on your kill island maxed out. Don't build 5 flak towers or 4 flak towers. Especially if you're free to play. 1 or maybe 2 if you think you can keep up with it. That's about it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.